you wanted to find out who our main guest today is. Her name is Lady Jamil Kharrazi, and she is a philanthropist and an activist, and she does her work through culture and art. And I decided that we would start our week introducing her. I also did a Woman in Focus with her for this coming Sunday's program. And it is amazing to meet a person as interested in art and culture as Jamil is. Welcome in our program. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's absolutely a pleasure and honor to know you and to be on your program. Thank you.
Thank you for coming for the program. Now, we talked extensively yesterday about the work that you're doing. I got to meet you through Jillian and Hussein, who are making a film on Phoolan Devi. Now, I wanted to ask you a little bit about that so that our listeners get to know why are you interested in a documentary that is made on the life of a bandit queen?
I know and I believe that Phoolan Devi's life was full of violence, and yet she chose the leadership. She chose to change her caste. She chose to voice her pain and abuse and everything wrong in society against the regime to the ears of the rest of the world. Therefore, I choose her. She is a symbol, symbol of what person can do, survival. Okay, she was outlaw, yes, but exactly that popularity took her where she belonged to. She stood for election. She became MP, member of parliament, and still fought for the right of the woman. For she believed in gender equality. I mean, she had no model. She had no role model.
No.
She had no internet. The question is how this thought came to her.
Yes.
So therefore, I admire her because of what she stood for, what she believes in.
You know, stories of strong women, our history is full of them.
Yeah.
But we've never had an opportunity to talk about them openly or revere them.
Yeah.
And lately, I think in the last couple of years, we've seen a little change that is coming up.
Right.
And I think in your own work, you have done quite a bit of uplifting women through your philanthropy and through your art. Now, I understand, and I wish I had asked you this for our TV program, but I understand you've been a ballet dancer as a young person. When you started learning how to dance, that was the first dance you did.
Absolutely.
How old were you?
I started at the age of 4 or 5.
Wow.
Right. That was many, many years ago.
And you continued that for a long time.
For 26 years as a professional.
And you also are a backbone of the ballet company that you support.
I never had the ballet company, although I have many, many students. I've had and still I have many students. Because of the TOOS Foundation, the art and culture organization I'm running right now, every year we had the live show, which is a combination of the music, part of the history, promoting the artists and dance. Therefore, all the year I'm busy with my own students.
Right.
It is not a ballet company, but I've been using the ballet companies and their ballerinas all the time as well.
But having said that, TOOS, your company called TOOS Foundation,
yes.
That looks after what, the well-being of the artists or promotion of the culture?
Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
And how long have you had that company?
Good 11, 12 years.
And how many performances through that company?
Well, usually live performance about once a year, but there were years that we had 3 or 4 different performances.
Isn't that just beautiful? When you look at those artists and you look at, in ballet, obviously there are men and women dancing, and you must have performed different ballets. Which has been your most favorite?
I'm a woman born in Middle East, brought up in West, still believes in human rights, woman rights, and still feels the pain. Being witness of a lot of abuse, injustice for women. So I turned my head about the choreography of the different ballet I was doing, and I am just looking at it in every performance, in every dance I choreographed. There is at least one or two very clear message about the pain of the woman. So I guess few of them, they are, my performances and my programs are my babies. Yes. And I can't really pick up you as a woman, you understand, which one I like.
Is the favorite.
But I guess few of the last performance, Memories in Exile,
yeah.
and the story of a woman that she had only 3 minutes before her execution, and I just staged it. That is one of my favorite. Also, we have a poet, very, very famous poet, just passed away a few years ago, very famous Ahmad Shamlu. And I picked up few of these poems, and I put it on the stage, and I used his own voice. I guess that's the first time somebody on the voice of a poet,
yes.
right, stage a piece of dance. So I guess right now these are my two favorite
ones. Yeah. I made you choose one. Now, obviously, being so sensitive to the needs of women, and you have chosen to help their cause, and you are understanding the pain of women, but you also understand the pain felt by people who lived in Iran as well.
Obviously.
That must have been very close to your heart.
Obviously. Yes, but women in Japan, women in India, women in Iran, you don't need to see their color. You don't need to understand what they believe on when it comes to religion or whatever things. But there is something similar.
Yes.
The pain and injustice of the society to them. Especially that our society, those countries' society, are more masculine, and the lawmakers are the men. So when one flower grow in a salty desert,
yes.
like Phoolan Devi,
yes.
you see, it's very, very, okay, she's a lawbreaker,
right.
but it's very, very unusual.
Right.
With supporting the art and culture or making, stories about ballet or whatever, I'm not really, in that respect, I'm not really supporting women because there is not one or two left in the world, but we are trying to voice the pain of the woman in that part of the world. And if we can make the other part of the world to understand, to listen, and have the more clear picture of the injustice and the severe pain that the woman had to be faced to around the world, we've done our mission. That is all we are trying to do.
Beautiful. I really would like to talk a little bit more about your passion and the work that you're doing to help culture and art, and through your philanthropy and your association with Harvard and with other major universities and their art colleges. Jamil Kharrazi is our woman guest today for International Women's Day. Where will you be on the 8th of March?
Unfortunately, no, I leave you just the day before. But I will share the celebration of this day with another people in the other world.
That will be fantastic. Over the years, and I've heard this, I'm an old woman, so I keep listening to people saying, women never help women, Women are women's biggest enemy. And I, in my own life have tried and seen as well that, women can be women's greatest asset, and as helpers can help them to go forward, listen to them. Women are very powerful creatures. We too are soul sisters, I think. There's so many things that are similar in your life and mine.
True.
I feel that it's not a woman who's a woman's enemy. I think a woman and a woman working together can help the entire world because they are so compassionate. What are your thoughts on that?
I believe lack of understanding, lack of having enough knowledge, that all matters. And these are our biggest issues. The women we are talking about, the majority of the women, they never got into to the college. They never finished their elementary school and everything. Therefore, they are being pushed down all of their life. Most of the women, I'm talking about millions of women.
Yes.
They're not aware of their rights because they have seen their model is a grandmother, mother, auntie, every other woman. They are being pushed down. Phoolan Devi is one of them. Phoolan Devi got married when she was 11.
11 years old.
Today in Iran, they start celebrating the girls at the age of 9, and they let them go at the age of 10 and 11 with much, much older men. Okay.
Oh my God.
So you're not expecting 11 years old girl to know that. You're expecting the mother who knows the right of the woman will teach them. That is what we are trying to do. That's the path we are taking to make them aware of their own rights.
Everybody has equality is for everyone. The rights that a man has, the same rights a woman should have.
Oh yeah.
And I think that should start at home the minute the child is born. Whether you have a boy or a girl, that both of them have got to be brought up equally. Why isn't it that anywhere you look at it, even in the West, in the East, in the Middle East, boys are preferred more than women, although if there were no women, there would be no world.
No boys. Right.
And there will be no world.
Yes, but lawmakers are men. You see?
Yes.
I remember there was one of my speeches a few years ago at this foundation event, and I said something, then I was attacked, although it was appreciated.
Right.
After that. And I was saying if the heads of the defense ministers, or different defense ministers around the world, they were women, there would have been no war.
No wars.
No wars.
Right.
Mothers can only love the children and can pass the love to the other children as well. But we're talking about majority.
Yes.
We give love. We bring the boys and girls to the world. We give them life. We train them. We make them ready for a new life. If we don't know what is our right, we never pass it to our children.
That's true.
So that is where the problem starts.
I am not going to take any calls until 2:30. But there are a lot of people who want to talk. So we will take them on air, but after the 2:30 talk, okay? Your work with your motto is to bring East and West together. There has to be understanding between those two. How did you come to that understanding?
It goes back to my personality.
Right.
All right. For a number of years, I'm talking over 25 years.
Right.
I was running another charitable organization called Jamil Kharrazi Charitable Organization. And that was only for help, not the artists, for elderly, different countries, whoever was damaged by war, or they've been discriminated in the society because of what they believe and everything. Right. I'm talking about Tanzania to Bosnia, Bosnia to Lebanon, Lebanon to Iran, and Pakistan, a lot of it. Because I'm a world traveler, and because of this kind of path I used to take 25 years ago, so I became eyewitness and the first-hand witness of the majority of the people, because they are born in different classes, because they were not lucky at the time. what suffer they have to take. So that made me more aware of what is going around me, that it's easy to go to the ivory tower and lock the door on you and disassociate with the rest of the world and not knowing what is going on. One of the country, whenever I go, I get really sick because of the food, not because the food is bad, because I can't eat food, is India or Mexico. And the reason was, I see a lot of hungry people. I can't eat. I got sick. And I cannot understand, how could you possibly do that? I saw so many people, one person, 52 people are serving him, right? And they don't have the empathy. They don't feel anything. And they actually discuss about the taste of the food with the hungry maids around them. I cannot see. So I decided I got to do something about it. I don't know this people personally, but at least I can be voice for them. And the other thing is, I help and support, financial support of many organizations that they are in Middle East, in India, in Asia, just to help the woman, to teach them to learn something, to make money out of it, to make their own income.
So your charitable foundation then looks after these projects that you undertake?
Yes, the Jamil Kharrazi Foundation, yes.
Right. Now, when you... so as an artist, you have a different persona. As a woman, you have a totally different persona. As a person who is a founder and president of a charitable foundation, that's a different persona. And then there is art and culture. So how do you join them all together and amalgamate them?
Tell me about it. Most of the times these characters are not in agreement together.
No.
And in one body they got, scratch each other's eyes. Yeah, true. I guess there are different characters in all of us.
Yes.
Starting with you. You are the woman of the work and what you have achieved in your life. But at home, you are a mother.
Yes.
And before you've been born in that country, so you belong to that country, to that soil, to that land as well.
Right.
So, fortunately or unfortunately, I born with 2 hands, 2 legs, look like a human being.
Yes.
I born as a human being.
Yes.
Yeah. I just happened to be born in Iran in those countries, those days, but they were calmer than today, right? Before everything else, I was born as a woman. So I saw the pain. I saw the pain my mother and my family went through and around me. After that, I made my own way to different society and whatever. And yes, there are different characters, but we're all experiencing it. And I said, most of the times you're in disagreement together in one body.
Now, I missed out another aspect of your work, and you're a developer as well.
Oh, yes.
And you go into places where people need homes and communities that need to be sheltered. So you look after that, places where there is armed conflict, and you help build houses and shelters over there. How do you divide yourself in so many different...
This is not exactly what I do.
Yeah.
I go to different places as you kindly described, yes, but that goes only through my own pocket and at my own expenses because of my own heart. I don't teach them how to build or help them to shelter.
Right.
I build it for them.
For them.
Prefabricated houses. I mean, we did it in Africa, we did it in Armenia, we did a few other places. I did it. That is for me. But where I get my basically bread, my bread is in the soil, in the dust. I am a property developer.
Okay.
A few different places of the world. I buy, I renovate, I build, I sell.
Right.
And whatever comes out of it, a part of my own living, I share it with the other people that I don't know.
Yeah. Aww.
So that is what I do.
That's beautiful. Is there any other country that you feel is difficult for you to travel, but you must go because you do want to help there?
I've been to so many places, different places in Africa as well. So there's still same thing.
Right.
But yes, next country I am going to, and which is not very safe, and I was told off so many times, is one of the camp of Syrian people in Jordan. There are like 3 camps in Jordan, and one of them is on the border, and that was the one, I don't know why I picked up this one.
Yeah.
And partly it was under control of ISIS.
Right.
And they told me, well, you can do help to the other camp, but don't go there. And I said, no, I must go there. Maybe I can, I can make a deal with them. I feel that way, right. But I'll tell you amazing story. I don't know how much you know about it. I'm coming from England.
Yes.
And there is a border of England and France.
Yes.
And there is something like a forest over there. And accidentally our car broke down and waited there. And believe me, in less than 2 minutes, there are so many people came out from the forest and almost attack our car. Not almost, they did attack our car. And they took our passport, they took our clothes, they could do everything. But then they disappeared. There is no police no police, no security, nothing down there. So that made me go after them to find out what is happening, who are they. And actually United Nations has got a sort of branch agent down there. And they said, oh yeah, they live in a forest and they come for food or whatever. They don't bodily harm you, but yes, if you don't give it to. So these are the people, they're refugees. Different people from different country. They have no document. They haven't been seen by the police or the authority.
Right.
They're living in hiding. Yet, in that situation, there are few men, I saw them, that take advantage of the girls and their group, and they even, whatever food or clothes the rest of the people they get, because they are stronger, because now they make their own group, I could say gang, they'll take it from them. Can you imagine poverty within poverty?
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So we decided to go back there with the van. So many people helped me with the man, with the security. We hired security from London to go there to Dover, and then start giving them food and everything. Right now, our car, our van, me personally, I am very secure. But oh no, Jose, no police will ever come there. No police. But they know us and they don't know about. I'm thinking the day our van is broken, or we have to change the car, because it's not distinguishable from far away from them.
No,
you see. So what's going to happen to us?
Yes.
So I haven't solved this problem yet. But there are people that they're being ignored by the world. They have nothing. You don't know them. They leave or die. Nobody knows them. They're not registered anyways. They're forgotten.
That must...
It's nothing to do with Brazil, Mexico, India, Africa. That is happening on the border of France and England.
Wow. You've also been to Afghanistan.
Yes, I've been to Afghanistan.
And to places where in Afghanistan that are in the midst of fighting, and how did you manage to go there and come out of there?
Come out was much easier. Nobody wanted us there. But getting there, it was impossible. So I went to Karachi, Pakistan, with the help of few people on the horse. We crossed the border at night and we smuggled ourselves to Afghanistan.
Wow.
Only because I was going to go there to study it and to see if Harvard can expand it down there middle of the war. I just wanted to see it firsthand myself. And it was a very big risk. Extremely a stupid reason that I took it, and I took so much risk to go there. But I was feeling so bad, so down, so helpless.
Was it the condition of people that were living there that made you sick, or was it the way you were treated there?
Actually, I was treated extremely well. Everybody was so kind. Of course, I wasn't looking like how I look in Europe.
Right.
I was covered.
Right.
I had no makeup, so I didn't I didn't try to catch any eyes on me.
Right.
But people generally extremely helpful and extremely kind. But what I saw, humanity is dead there.
Totally.
It's not there. Any hunger is taking over of everything. And then there's no empathy.
Yeah.
Empathy for the people that they're making the law or they put the law in order. They have no empathy. They have no mercy. And that leaves us with the woman and the children. And they're just a follower. It depends on the mood of the person. If even they follow and they don't follow exactly the way they picture it, they lose their life. As simple as that.
Your journey to different parts of the world, you are here in Vancouver, and I want to bring you back to Vancouver because you are helping out Gillian and Hussein to finish the book, their movie
Film, yes.
on their film on Phoolan Devi. When did you come here, and how long are you going to be here for?
I came here 3 days ago, I think, and
Right.
I'm going to be thinking another 2 more days.
2 more days.
2 more days.
So how soon can the film be finished or seen?
Well, I think the right person to answer that would be Mr. Hussein Fazeli. But I know through the different procedure,
Right.
now the film is in editing room and they're working on a rough cut. So
Right.
I believe in a few weeks' time at least the rough cut will be over. And then I don't know the next step. But I'm hoping in next 5-6 months it will be over and comes out.
Would there be a premiere of this film? Are you planning a big, huge show of the film somewhere?
Look, I plan everything all the time, big.
Right.
Whether I can do it or not, that is a different story. I'm not alone in this
Right.
project, and obviously my part is done with just the, executive producer.
Right.
And the financial part of it was with me, my part of my obligation, responsibility, and few trips I made either here or India or something. That's all. The other rest would be really up to the producer, the other producers, and the director.
Foundation at TOOS Foundation. Now that's a very interesting word. TOOS Foundation. What does TOOS stand for?
TOOS is the name of a city that our biggest, the most famous poet, warrior, was born there, and he's the one who wrote the book of Kings of the Kings.
Oh.
And still, after so many centuries, they are still buying and selling that books.
Wow.
And the page of that books. And he is the one who is responsible today to keep the Farsi language as it is of today.
Wow.
So
wow.
This is the name of a city he was born.
Wow.
TOOS is in Khorasan.
Beautiful. Now, how fluent are you in Farsi?
Well, he can only give me a try. I read and write a lot.
Okay.
A lot. Everything, right.
Yeah.
Especially Farsi.
Right.
And often people come to me or write to me, and they've been, taking their BA in Farsi literature and everything. They come to me and they write to me on their application. And I send it back, the application, with the red mark on it that your spelling is wrong or your sentence is wrong. So many times it was wrong. They ask me, how do you know that? You have never been to Iran. I mean,
Right.
at your time. And I said, because I read and write.
I'm going to play a Farsi, so I'm not very good at it, but I've chosen something. Let me know if it sounds good or not, or what does it mean, okay? So we do have a Farsi program that we have every Sunday. So let's just see. there isn't a song in here. There is a lot of music going on, right?
I think that was the music, yeah.
Yeah, so what is it? You were just telling me about it.
Well, I'm not very good of explaining the different type of classical or the folk formal music of Iran.
Right.
But the way I understood, that must have been the big orchestra, symphonic orchestra of the radio. I'm talking more than 50 years ago.
Wow.
Who played the old songs. And that was the first time it was done on the radio. And they collected all the master of musics and they put them together and
that's what it is.
Right. But after 46 years of the inventor of that program, which was radio program, and it used to call Eternity Flowers.
Right.
I brought it right live on the stage with the whoever was left, artists or the singers or the people that they used to read the poems and everybody, with them live on the stage.
Isn't that just beautiful? So being able to speak more than your own mother tongue is an advantage, isn't it?
I think every language you learn, every person, one more person you are.
Right.
When you go to different countries. Yes, true.
Apart from Farsi, what other languages and English? You speak that beautifully. What other languages are you interested in?
Well, I am interested to know the people, and the best way and the fastest way to their heart is speaking to their own language.
That's right.
But most of the times I find myself in front of the people that I don't know their language. I'm like a monkey. I go up and down. I manage to get my message though. But yes, true. The more languages you know, the better it is. I used to learn and communicate in 4 or 5 different languages as well. But believe it or not, I was in Dubai. I'm talking about maybe 20 years ago, not today. And I tried to talk to the taxi driver to tell him in Arabic that where I wanted to go, a part of the address, is it far or no? And he was keep on asking me, pardon. Then I understand that he doesn't even
speak the language.
Speak the language, because most of the people, most of the employees 20 years ago and today in those countries, now I'm talking about Dubai, either Filipinos or Indian or Gujarati or anybody who don't understand the language, Or in Russia, we had the same thing. Therefore I thought I better stick to English, although my English is not very educated with the pidgin language, but at least I can communicate. Otherwise I'll go back to my monkey moves.
Do you see us women progressing, or do we have a long way to go to get to our goals?
I am so sorry, but I can't think about any other answer. Just to come to the heart of the question and answer you. The rate of the divorce in India, your country, in Iran, my country, in the last 20 years, was it decrease or increase?
I think increase.
I am not supporting the divorcee, but I am saying most of them, when we hear it through the media, television, YouTube, everything else, is because the woman finally woke up and does not want to live with the torture or abuse or anything else.
Right.
We are achieving somewhere.
Right. That is a very good answer. I like that. So there is hope.
There is hope, yes. Even if there is not, we have to pass this message. There is hope. Phoolan Devi decided not to be pushed down.
Right.
She decided to take the leadership role.
Yes.
So what does it tell us?
Yes.
There is hope. And hope is everything for you. It lets you move.
In our lives, and when you look at your work, what is it? I mean, I know that day to day, the work that you do, your organizations do, your charitable foundations do, your own personal work, there has to be a focus for you that you want to achieve. Have you gotten to that point yet? Are you close to it? Are you looking at it?
Madam Shushma, if I say I ever be happy, satisfied, now you're telling me 100% satisfied with myself, I am absolutely nothing but lying to you. I can never be satisfied.
No.
And I've never seen anybody around me to criticize me as much as I do to myself. From cooking, I don't know, an egg, I criticize myself,
yes,
until the program live on a stage. I can never be satisfied. And that is why I have no way out but just flying,
right,
flying and flying big. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, this is not me.
So you'll continue doing whatever you're doing right now, all the different, like, I mean, I'm looking at it, there are at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 campaigns that you're, running simultaneously. You'll continue doing that.
Yes, I'm thinking of the other businesses as well to carry on. I told you, there are few characters in me that they are not in agreement all the time. So I'm in the middle of this fight all the time.
Thank you so much, Jamil, for being our guest today and giving your time.
It's absolutely my pleasure to be with you. And thank you very much for giving me a chance.